Hey, what's going on? What's going on? With all that ugly green on, boy?
Money green. We got money over here. Little money.
And
Little
money
money over
green.
here.
Okay, money
Little
green. Boy,
money.
look like we
Little.
might see y'all in the first round of playoffs, boy.
We are seeing each other in the
Look at
first
that way,
round.
boy. But anyway, man, welcome back. Welcome back. We got a new look, kind of look here, people, for everybody that's tuning in for the first time or tuning back in. I'm Skip, Mr. Skip, to a lot of people. And this to my left, y'all right, is D4 Live. My
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
over here.
Happy New Year and all that good stuff. We got Skip here. We waiting on Coach Abe to get on here. We don't know where Paul Bunyan is right now, but we just waiting on Paul Bunyan. But either way it goes, happy New Year and everything is what is everything. Hope everyone had a happy holiday. And everything. It's a lot that we got to take part. This is considered Black Monday in the NFL. A lot of coaches getting moved around. We also got to get into this college playoffs that we hadn't talked about and what we haven't done. You got to give kudos and respect to these jokers here. I have nothing to say.
Hey, man, you ain't got no choice, bro.
I have nothing to say.
You
I have
see
nothing to
it,
say, but we do know who that is right there, ladies and gentlemen. We do know who that guy is. You, sir. You are the number one Miami Heat fan in the nation of
not Heat, not the Heat.
Excuse me, Hurricane. Sorry, the number one Hurricane fan in the state of Georgia.
I got so much Miami Hurricane stuff around here. Let me find something that I can put up here.
Yeah, please. You supposed to have on paraphernalia, sir.
It's inside of this house. I almost turned the heat over here, boys. I'm smoking. I had
it. You supposed to have on paraphernalia because it's been a while since y'all.
But y'all know who I am. Y'all know who I am. They know. And so much stuff happening everywhere. Man, y'all take a good look at that. Can you make the screen big there, partner? So you show this platform. I mean, like 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you ain't got to. That's all right. They see it. Y'all see that Miami Mobile right there? See the kicks over here. See the kicks. Your boy, they have it. A back shot of the car. Y'all see it? It's a big plaque too. Y'all see it's 12 by 15. I made these to Skip shows and more. But anyway, we're gonna get back to the regular broadcast program. Come on, Deep. Come on.
Also, let's get right into it. If we can. We can go to college football playoffs. As right now we're down to the last 4 teams. We got Oregon and Indiana playing in the Peach Bowl here in Atlanta. We got Miami Hurricanes going against the Ole Miss Rebels out in Arizona at the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. It used to be Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, but the Fiesta Bowl. And I have to give props where props are due. The Miami Hurricanes handled their business. They went on the road on 3 different games and pulled it out. They did not let Carson Beck cost them the game, and I got to give kudos. That defensive line is ferocious. You arguably got 2 first-rounders on that D line on both D ends. And what I've seen, as Skip likes to say a lot, is called coaching. They figured out a way to play, run the ball, don't turn the ball over, and let the defense handle their business.
That's right. Keep the stress off Carson Beck. I've said this. If y'all have been watching, I've said this in the past, and I said it all the way up until this past weekend. I don't like Carson Beck as a quarterback. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback, but the way we got him, the way he left Georgia, it kind of put me in the mind of an entitled player, which he has been, and he has proven that since his tenures in Miami. But not a bad quarterback. I just don't like it. And I always said that if we lost, it will be because of his play. And the 2 games we've lost, if anybody follows us, 4 interceptions in one game and 3 or 4 turnovers in the next game, fumbles or whatnot. But our defense, like D said, we are on it. We understand what's going to win us a football game. We were able to lose by 19 to Texas A&M, I think. Wasn't it 19? 9 or 19? Whatever it was, and we went in there and shut them out. If not for some mistakes and drop passes would have been worse. Texas A&M. Ohio State, that was, everybody was saying it was a revenge game, but there was no revenge factor in that game. That was just an attitude that the fans had. None of those players or coaches were a part of the Miami University, part of the team when we lost to them or got cheated in 02. So it was more so for the fans, with the fans saying it's a revenge game versus this team, and they stayed focused on the goal. They went out there and they did what they had to do. They punched them in the mouth first, and they showed them that just because y'all were ranked number one, don't make you the number one team in the country.
The piggyback on that, as of right now, every team that had a bye is now 1-7. That's what we've noticed. So it seems like to me in the last 2 years in this 12-team playoff, it's not good to get the first round bye because your team might come out a little sluggish, a little cold. Indiana just having to jump on Alabama and just whoop stick. But outside of that, my personal opinion, Ohio State didn't play nobody all year. And this is what
I think they played Michigan, but Michigan was already beat up by the time they played them.
They played Michigan and they played Indiana, who they lost to. You see what I'm saying? So, and at the same time, in that game, this is the first time outside of Ohio State becoming wide receiver they couldn't run the ball. And you can't sit back and just be one-dimensional in these types of settings because they're going to pick up on it. Everybody's going to get tight, as we see in all the games that were played outside of the Indiana game that just blow the doors off Alabama. In that sense, Skip, to go to the Alabama game, what do you think in that whooping that Indiana put on Alabama? Does Alabama move on from their coach, or do you think it's the end of the Alabama mystique, or even the SEC, because we only have one SEC team left in the playoffs?
Yeah, Ole Miss. Now, what I think is Indiana showed that they're here. I've been calling them a fluke team forever, this whole season. Like, they ain't really playing nobody, but they've been playing solid football. We just been ignoring them because they're a basketball school. So they showed that they have legitimate football players, legitimate coaching, legitimate play calling, and they went out there and put the whoop stick on the bully because Alabama was slated to go all the way through that whole bracket. There was nobody that, if they beat Indiana, they'd be playing for the national championship in 2 weeks. We predicted that because nobody saw Indiana coming with a whoop stick. So kudos to them, coaching, all the fans, whatnot. But I don't think Alabama's mystique is gone. Well, the mystique left when Nick Saban retired. That was all of that left with him. But as far as them falling off the slope, I don't see it. They're still Alabama. I could say the same thing about Georgia with the team they had, but they're Georgia. They ain't going nowhere. You get what I'm saying? They're going to be there in the conversation, number one, because of the culture and because of the coaching staff. Alabama still is, I think their coaching staff is going to be tweaked. They might get rid of this person, bring in somebody else. But Kirby and his guys, I think they're solid. They got a good recruiting class coming in. So no, I don't. The SEC mystique is falling off, but not Alabama and Georgia.
And you had Oregon shellacking Texas Tech. In my opinion, and blanking them, it looked like Texas Tech had no business on the field with Oregon. Far as not the physical aspect of it, they just couldn't move the ball against the Dan Lanning defense of Oregon. And do you feel, Skip, with these other conferences outside of the Big Ten, the SEC, some of the ACC schools, and the Big 12? The Big 12.
Big 12.
The Big 12. What do you do you feel this? We need more teams, or the wrong teams got in, or because
I don't think the wrong teams got in. I think the parity across the league now is pretty much even. The Georgias, the Miamis, the Alabamas, the Tennessees, the Notre Dames, they're gonna get the marquee players because they have the Texas Texas A&M?
Te-
No, whichever one has all that money. The Texas A&M with all that money?
Texas A&M, yes.
Those guys are gonna get the big name players because they spend their money.
Well,
But,
Texas Tech, excuse me, Skip. Texas Tech this year, they got a bunch of money too.
right. Okay. Well, yeah, I knew it was one of them that got a whole influx of money real quick. Those schools that I just named, and I missed a few, they're gonna still get the big names because number one, close to home for a lot of the athletes, the Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama type athletes. They don't have that far to go to get some money. But I think what needs to happen first is Notre Dame needs to be made to get in the conference.
I agree.
It's not going to happen because they signed their own TV contract, blah, 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 blah. And that's why they stayed ahead of Miami the whole year, was because every one of their games is going to be nationally televised. So the NCAA was making money on the backside of that. And that's one of the reasons why. So they have no reason to get in the conference.
Well, the other issue with the Notre Dame situation is every other sport that they have plays an ACC schedule and are in the ACC.
Yes.
And what's really disturbing is they got in the ACC during that COVID year, so they can still get into a bowl situation. And you see this year, if you go check their schedule, it's even pie, cupcake more than what it's always been. So, you know, and they signed a contract for next year's playoffs that they're guaranteed a spot if they are in the top 10 or something.
I think it was 10 or 12.
Yeah. So,
and they will be. As long as they play this weekend schedule, they will be.
Yeah, and I think that's a disgrace to the other teams that play a conference schedule. Of course, the SEC is going to a 9-game conference games now to play. So it's going to get even tougher.
So it won't be no undefeated teams. It just ain't going to be no undefeated teams.
Yeah, it's not. It's going to be very hard. But so again, we got Oregon versus Indiana here in Atlanta. And you got the Miami Hurricanes versus Ole Miss. We already know who you're going with.
Right. I predict Oregon is going to come out fast against Indiana. If they go up by 14, they're going to blow them out. They're not just going to win. They're going to come out fast. But if the first quarter is tie score 3-3, 7-7, 10-7, something like that, Indiana's going to beat them up like they did Alabama. They ran the ball, they threw the ball, they footballed Alabama. So I don't think Oregon would have beat Alabama, but I think they have a chance against Indiana because they can go vertical. Alabama has one piece of vertical, and Indiana knew what to do to neutralize that. So go ahead.
I'm going with Oregon also. I just know the only thing is it's going to come down to coaching. Cincinnati is a great coach. He's turned their whole Indiana program around. They have a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback over there. I just don't believe what I'm watching in this day and age that we have a predominantly basketball school at one point of Indiana. They fell off as a basketball college, but college basketball team. But this football team is really winning, and that goes again with the NIL and people wanting to play, kids want to play ball and be well coached. You can arguably say this is the national championship game if you want to, outside of the Miami contingent. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would say this is the national championship game because of the ranking aspect of it. Because when you look at Ole Miss and Miami, and to be honest with you, what's your spread on your game?
I haven't even looked. I think we're favored actually for the first time this year. Let me look.
So I just want you to check that before I said what I was going to say, because outside of you, I think everybody will be cheering for Miami to win. Outside anybody on the other side of Louisiana, in between Louisiana and Alabama.
Yeah, we're favored by 3.5.
By 3.5, which is pretty close. But this is the thing. Ole Miss is playing with house money because their coach is gone. They've lost a lot of coaches on their staff. and their head coach is still getting a paycheck as long as they win. He made 500. They old.
Well, he's getting his incentives.
Yeah, he made 500,000 and didn't even coach the game this past week.
But now watch this. He made LSU agree to that. It's LSU's money. LSU is paying that money, not Indiana. I mean, not Ole Miss. Right. He told them I have incentives, stressed out, and I think matter of fact, I think he's gotten two incentives.
Yeah, he got two.
Yeah, one was 250 or 5, or one was 7, something like that. But yeah, I mean, if you're hot, you get your value. And y'all want to take me now, so okay, well, you're gonna have to agree to pay this because I know this team gonna win at least one game. And like you say, they playing my house money now. But I don't think our coaches are going to let our team get ahead of themselves. They have been the recipients of trash talk from both teams that they've beaten, and they did not reply once until after they whooped that ass. So that tells me it's good coaching. These guys are following direction, and they got a vision. They got a goal. I said that if we beat A&M, the only way we lose would be in the national championship. Now I don't see an offense that can beat this defense because this defense has gotten better week after week. But, that's just me being a fan, too. Our defense has gotten better in the last 2 weeks. Each week they've gotten better.
Yeah, and kudos goes to Jason Taylor also because Jason Taylor, this is showing you outside of, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, ladies and gentlemen, how many former NFL players of Hall of Fame stature is on some of these colleges, coaching staff. They have their team playing outstanding. We know Colorado, Deion has a lot of those guys up there, but Jason Taylor has put his finger on that defensive line, and it shows whatever he's teaching them guys, they coming off the ball, and they going to make them two guys are going to Bain and the other gentleman, they're going to make some money when they go to the next level, barring injury and staying healthy.
I saw an interview. It wasn't Bain. It was the guy on the other end. I lost his name just that quick. But he was like, they were like, yeah, Jason Taylor's your quarterback, man. Yeah, what do you think? He was like, well, who was that? He didn't know who Jason Taylor was. He was like, you don't know what he used to do? Go look him up. He said he went to YouTube and he was like, oh my God. I need to listen now because he don't really need to be here. You understand me? So to have the respect after hearing your friends brag about who one of your coaches was, you had no idea, and then seeing old film, game film of him and saying, oh my God, I got to listen to what he's saying because he's done it. He's been there. He understands how it goes. So if I'm going to make it and be somebody, I need to buy into what he's doing. So I think instead of him leading like, say, a Ray Lewis would do, I'm a Hall of Famer. I'm the best ever. He led with knowledge and let these guys figure out on their own. And they bought all the way in because his ego is in his pocket. It's not on his shoulder, in my opinion, with Jason Taylor. So, yeah, good job.
All right, so you have, of course, your prediction is Miami and Oregon.
I say Indiana.
Okay, so you got Miami, Indiana. I am going with Miami and Oregon for my national championship. And like I say, next week we'll put out who we think going to win that game. And
Miami, mine already wrote down.
Listen, y'all gonna have to deal with him for a whole 365 if Miami pull this foolishness off and win this because man,
it's foolishness not in my team playing for it. Ain't that something?
I'm saying foolishness because you knew and I know. Oh my, hey, that's some of your folk. We don't have that type of conversation.
I'm so sorry you feel that way. He must be a Georgia Bulldog. Let me look and see, is he on my Facebook?
No, that's some of your folk.
I know, but I'm gonna look at
the thing is, Skip, we just gonna be truthful being Carson Beck as your quarterback. Did you think? Oh, okay, hey Cliff. Did you think that did you think that your team was gonna be here? Are you surprised?
Yes.
That they was gonna be here. That's why I said foolishness because we didn't think none of us here thought there was going to be even Skip as a fan.
But now watch this. I knew we was gonna make the playoffs. Now, once we lost that second game, I was fearful that the NCAA was gonna do us worse than they did Florida State and put Notre Dame in and not us. But I felt like, let me say this: if we had went undefeated like we should have, I would have said then we're gonna win the national championship. But because we got in and we proved that we deserve to be here, I feel like nothing can stop us now because, in my opinion, the toughest team to beat was Texas A&M because Ohio State didn't really pose a threat outside of that badass receiver they got. You know, I don't think nothing else we were really even worried about. So, like they did.
Sorry to cut you off, but live from the press conference at Flower Branch, we got Coach Abe.
Okay.
Live from Flower
There you go.
Branch. Coach Abe is in the house. We have hold on, Skip. We got him back under contract.
He done signed.
He back under contract. We had to work out some negotiations with him and to make sure we can get him back because he's been on a hiatus just for the fall. But we know he's been doing good about it with the kids and so forth. So, Coach, what's up?
You know what I'm going to say? You know what I'm going to say? The Falcons beat the Saints, boy, so I'm going to see all his teeth now.
This man, Coach, you know he's been waiting on you. You've been watching.
The way this season been going. That was our Super Bowl right there, so I take it back.
Hey man, I ain't never seen that many happy people in my life. I'm like, y'all must go home. You know we did. You know.
So, Coach, I know you were just logging in, but we know what the Final Four is now in college. We got to get your take. You got Ole Miss, Miami, and we got Indiana and Oregon. What's your spiel?
And give us what you think and why.
Before I get started, shouts out to Turbo Richard, kid I coached when he was 11. He just hit the portal from Boston College to go to Indiana. He's a running back, so I'm looking to see him do big things next year. But so far, man, it's been some all right ball. Texas Tech, who else was that got smacked out? I forgot who it was.
Alabama.
Bama got smacked out. But I think they need to do some little rearranging with those mid-majors, JMU, and that stuff like that. We run into this stuff all the time where they come into a matchup and one team is like this and the other's like that. But because of the record and people want to get a little guy some love, we end up with games like that. And but overall, man, there's been some good football played. I definitely feel like Miami and Ole Miss is a toss-up game. I feel like Ole Miss played their hardest against us. They wanted their get-back game. They wanted some revenge. So I don't feel like they're gonna go into this Miami game as locked in as they were for this last game. I do feel like if they can't block Bain and the boys up front, they in for a long day. Now, the difference between Sand and Chambliss from Ole Miss is, Sand was kind of just a steal target back there. He didn't want to take off running, and I feel like Chambliss will do that. He will extend plays, but it could be Ole Miss or Miami by a touchdown. It could be Ole Miss or Miami by 21 points. So I'm gonna say it's a push on that. I can't really say who gonna win that game. I definitely feel like Indiana gonna smack Oregon again. They went out to Eugene when they played them that first time because they are in the Big Ten now. Oregon, I'm talking about, and they went out there and beat them. And I know a lot of people didn't even have Indiana on their radar before that game, right. And they went out there and smacked them. So Indiana is a very well coached team, and of course we got 4 coaches left from the Saban, all of them from the Saban tree. So that just shows how great of a coach Saban is, man. But just going forward, I love Indiana to win that game, but I'm not really sure on Ole Miss and Miami.
D asked me a question before you got on about how do we think these conferences are going to look next year? The SEC, the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10. And my answer was to give you some thing here. If they don't force Notre Dame to play an ACC schedule because they are a part of the ACC in every sport but football, nothing's going to change. What do you think?
And I don't think they're gonna force Notre Dame to do it. I still think Notre Dame still gonna play their independent, mostly ACC schedule. You know, you sprinkle in USC. You know, they
But
always.
they won't put Miami back on his schedule, I bet you.
No, I bet they won't do that for real. But I definitely feel like it's still gonna be the ACC. It may be a little top heavy. You still have the Big Ten that'll be a little top heavy. All the main conferences, man, are kind of top heavy. I don't know really what the ACC gonna look like. You got Cal, you got teams way from the West Coast in there, SMU, whoever it may be. So I think they still trying to figure it out. I do think that the Big 12 has kind of picked up with the BYUs, the Texas Tech of the world, but they still kind of float under the radar. You know, nobody's expecting them to just come out of the Big 12 and win the big one. So these conferences gonna be 16, 18 teams, some of them, you know, especially like the ACC and the SEC. And they just gonna play it out. I do like the format with the no east and west side on each conference. Just let them play it out. But you know,
but now
go
in
ahead,
that
Skip.
in that scenario you're talking about, when they took the east and the west side away, it kind of made it to where you can have two undefeated teams.
Yeah.
Like what happened with an SEC. You had two undefeated teams that weren't going to play each other until the championship. It doesn't make sense not to have it that way, because unless the big teams, the big name teams, are going to play each other through the season, why have one big bag of teams versus an east side and a west side? You get what I'm saying?
Agreed, because Texas A&M was ranked high as hell all year, but
Yeah.
they didn't play Bama, they didn't
Nope.
play Georgia, they didn't play Ole Miss.
Nope.
They didn't play none of the
big teams.
good teams in the SEC. So and they just snuck on by, and then when they ran to somebody who was good, they took a L. So
Right, and that's the watered down portion you were talking about earlier. If they had an East and West, then there's guarantee that Alabama would have been on that side, or Florida would have been, or Georgia would have been on that side. So they would have had some competition or challenge throughout the season. So I get it, what you're saying, it makes sense. But if you don't get the powerhouses to make some kind of way throughout the season, it's worthless in a sense.
yeah,
Especially with the SEC with all the powerhouses they got.
Right. And then just like you had a team like Miami, which was clearly in my eyes still, Georgia Tech with the best team in the ACC, and didn't play in the ACC championship game. They put two.
Well, that was because of them bougie ass losses we had, and and we didn't deserve it. We didn't. The games we should have lost and we could have lost, we won because of spectacular play. And then the games that we should have blew them out, we lost. So they lost focus, and that's coaching. And it ain't all coaching because they don't get out there and play the game. So the players themselves, I guess they said, you know what, we're here now. Let's show what we should have been showing every single game. That's why I understand why you made the statement that it could be Ole Miss by 21 or Miami by 21. Ole Miss offense ain't that. With the way our defense is playing, I can't see them scoring no 21, 28 points unless it's turnovers,
Yeah, and with that, Miami can help them out a little bit with turnovers. Ole Miss can help them out with turnovers,
Yeah.
So But I
But if
think
you
I
put
think
offense to offense, you think Ole Miss's offense can hang with Miami's offense?
yeah, I like that offense. Now
Okay.
I do like Miami's defense better. They can string together some stops before Ole Miss can. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. They got a Ray Lewis attitude, that defense,
For sure.
because they're no nonsense. There's no me. It's okay. I'm gonna do my part. Beat me up, and I think that's what is gonna take us to the crystal ball.
And
No pun intended. Go to the crystal ball.
now, do you feel like that the whole getting a quarterback from the portal thing is the best option for y'all to keep winning? Or do you feel like y'all eventually need to get a young guy and develop him up? Or does development right now go out the window with all the NIL stuff?
It's a double-edged sword what you're asking. With the talent of quarterback that's in the portal, yeah, if you can get Lagway went in the portal and we stopped being interested in him.
Yeah,
I don't understand why.
Yeah,
But he didn't sign with Florida State.
Oh, he did sign?
Yeah.
I thought they was interested. I didn't know he signed.
He gone to Florida State. But see,
Yeah, I thought it was, but Miami was interested in the beginning. I'm like, okay, we know back then be gone. Now they trying to get this other boy. There's interest in him. Yeah.
What school, Skip?
Oh,
But see, that's what I'm saying. Hey, this is what we're in now. That you don't have to wait unless you get one of these phenom freshmen that's coming in. You can just wait to the end of the year, bring in a guy that's been played 1 or 2 years. Like you got Dylan Raiola out there. He might be your next quarterback. I hope he's not, but it's a possibility.
right, because he's a great talent. And
you know what I'm saying?
What you're saying makes sense. But you know what?
Now this is what the league is now.
Right.
It's killing me to hear kids are negotiating contracts.
Yes.
To stay at the school that you have a scholarship to play at. So we might as well just throw out the scholarship and just give him a contract to play for the school.
Well, you know,
think about what I'm saying, man.
You know, it still is the NCAA, so you still have, even though NIL done came and took over, you still got some rules. You still got rules and regulations that you got to go by regardless of, because you get the sanctions and you didn't do this, you do that. NCAA quick to come down on you. They quick to do that.
Yeah, but now, Abe, I'm gonna tell you what Deion Sanders did. He showed the world, the NCAA world, that the portal can work for you if you got your vision. He had a vision for Colorado. He went in there and told them, a lot of y'all that go stars, if you want to leave, hit the portal. And it was a big exodus up there. And he brought in guys, and he won first year with some of these talents that he was bringing in. Number one, because of coaching, not just him, but all the Hall of Fame coaches he brought in. So now if you got a team like Miami that has a lot of puzzle pieces that's going to be there for another year, yeah, plug and play now. But when you see that hot prospect, hey, man, look what we developing. Look what we got. When you get here, you're going to have at least 1 year with some of these guys, and we're going to build around you. So it's kind of like what Georgia's been doing. So it's the same thing, but I don't think we need to throw a freshman out there unless he's just that guy. So if you can go get one of these quarterbacks out the portal, yeah, because this momentum is going to carry over. Now, I can't see us going undefeated. I didn't think we were going to go this year, but
So due to the fact that this is our second year dealing with the NIL, how, Coach, you feel the state of college football now? Because as we see, everybody's going their way. The JMU, the James Madison team, Skip, they whole roster has jumped in the portal damn now.
Yeah, and Florida State too. They lost 30 players, didn't they?
So this is what we at now.
But Coach Prime said something. That portal is a black hole too. You get out there, you want to thinking, somebody gonna get me. and you ain't got no resume, you'll just be floating. And if your whole roster leaves, a lot of them got to know, man, I hope somebody get me. I might have to go to a mid-major or junior college. And that a lot of them going to be left hanging.
Pretty much.
And
Yeah.
when I read it, I think it was last week, it was close to 6,000 players in the portal.
Oh yeah, all of them ain't coming out of them.
And I'm not sure of I'm not sure of how it goes. If you don't get picked up, do you just go back to where you was at, or do you have to go to a lower tier? Is the scholarship still available? I'm not sure how any of that goes, but I know, like you said, it's definitely a black hole, especially with all of them kids in the portal. You know, it's easy pickings, but a lot of them gonna get left over, especially if they not if they can't add value to a team. Now
That's right.
you're going to portal and think you going to Georgia, Miami, somewhere like that, and you may end up at South Florida, FAU, or whatever the case may be. You know, but you know, it's just the way it is now. You know, and money talks. And like you said, a lot of these kids are, I believe Carson Beck got what 4 or 5 million to come down there, you know,
No, I love
and sometimes some kids not even gonna get that first round going to the league. You might make that in one, you know. So you know, the way these boosters kicking out, you know, even at Texas Tech now they spending money. You know, and then, you know, Texas got oil and all that. They got a lot of money to throw around. So it's bringing parity to college football. That's what they're doing, which is why Saban walked away, because he saw the writing on the wall. He saw that, hey, I ain't gonna be able to get the best players no more, because they're gonna go over here for this money, or they're gonna go right here, or they're gonna go up there. So, you know, I think Saban just took his ball and went home once he saw how everything was going.
It's my theory. I got it when I plug my phone in and the cord is bad evidently because it keeps doing it.
So as we move right along, since we have the one and only representative of Flowery Branch here with us tonight, we have to discuss this and get this out the way. It was Black Monday, but it was late Sunday for the Falcons and what the Falcons pulled. The Falcons won a game and still pulled the headlines by taking away from a primetime game that the whole America was watching and cleaning house.
That was a good game. Good game.
You had Raheem Morris didn't make it out of his contract 3 years. He's gone. You have
Rich McKay?
Rich McKay. He found out he lost his job. And
I just unplugged it. My bad.
And we also have Funno has lost his job. Paul Bunyan is here. Wait just a minute. Get Paul Bunyan in here. Hey, Paul Bunyan.
It's cold out there, so I'm trying to, you know, get a little.
Did he come in here explaining why he got a beard on his
That's why he's
face?
calling me Paul Bunyan. Paul Bunyan had a big ass beard.
Okay.
The crazy part is I haven't seen him, and I knew he was looking like Paul Bunyan. That's just me.
It's that time of the year. Oh man.
But
So-
Kev, what we're talking about, man, is the parity in the NCAA because of the NIL. We were talking about would there be parity going in the next season with the current way the divisions are, the ACC, the SEC, Big 12, Big 10. My answer to that question was, unless they force Notre Dame to play an ACC schedule because they are an ACC school with the exception of the football team, nothing is going to change. How do you feel about that?
Ain't shit gonna change. But so what you're saying, what do they need to change with? They need to make Notre Dame join a conference? Absolutely. I've been saying that for years.
Right. But that's what we're saying. Abe and I had a little disagreement about the SEC and ACC making it one big conference versus the East and the West. And I said the problem you'll have is what happened in the SEC this year, where you had 2 undefeated teams, Texas Tech being Texas A&M being one, and they didn't play nobody. And then when they finally played somebody, they got the hell beat out of them.
Yeah.
So had you had an East and a West, then Alabama would have been on one side, Georgia would have been on one side, and you would have had, more of these powerhouses, so to speak, playing each other, and then there wouldn't have been a top-heavy top 10 with SEC because they didn't really play nobody.
Well, we had an East and West division for years. We just
I know. I know.
But I believe it's too saturated. You look at all these other conferences, and I mean, it's year after year. The SEC haters can say what they want to say, but year after year, you get, and take this year. There were 3 Big Ten schools, 1 ACC school. Everybody else besides, the Power Fours that they got to let in, or Power Five, whatever they're called. James Madison and Tulane. They let them in to make them feel included. That's all that is. But you look, there were 4 or 5 SEC teams, and then the 2 teams that were waiting right outside were both SEC. So, and we have to cannibalize ourselves, but that's something I feel the other conferences don't have to do. I mean, go to my Gamecocks, where we played for the second year in a row 5 straight ranked opponents.
Right. But see, that's what my argument was. Carolina had a murderer's row for a football schedule, but nobody else did. Ohio State played cupcakes for 10 of their 11 games, 9 of their 10 games.
But
You get what I'm saying?
That's the whole argument. That's what SEC play is.
See, and when the piggyback on it, even your team, think about this now, Skip. Outside of who y'all play out of the Notre Dame, the Florida States, or whatever, y'all lost to 2 teams. We know damn well y'all had no business losing to.
Right.
But you lost to Louisville and you lost to was it Pittsburgh? No, y'all were Pittsburgh.
SMU.
You lost to SMU. That's the part of it. But that's what we have, Kel. We got to get into, because we got him present. We got to get in his end of the season dialogue of that's what I was going to with the Falcons and what they have done.
One quick thing.
Kel,
who is your pick for Miami, Ole Miss, and Indiana, Oregon?
Indiana over Oregon, unless Dan Lanning can figure out how to get in Mendoza's face. He cannot play the game of football whenever somebody is in his face. He has had a clean pocket all year. Kurt Cignetti has a hell of an O-line built. So Indiana wins that. Give me Ole Miss, and it's gonna be because of Carson Beck turnovers. And I feel the way that Ole Miss is playing, they're a bunch of pissed off kids who are probably feeling some abandonment issues right now. I would want to go, if my coach left me right before the playoffs and it was a big online spectacle, I'm coming for heads.
And you got coaches going back and forth. Oh, you can't be there. Oh, we doing this with recruiting, so you got to come back.
But who has the best defense right now in the NCAA in the Final Four?
You.
Let me ask Kev this. Because
Miami for sure. Miami for sure has the best defense. That
right. So you're saying, and me asking that Ole Miss's offense is better than our defense?
Situational, yes.
No said.
Every game is situational. I mean, saying it like that is one thing, but we will see this coming weekend, luckily. But what my original point, that's why they ran his ass out of Georgia. Carson Beck will Carson Beck.
He had to, because the defense has been playing so well. Who would have thought Texas A&M would score 3 points?
Now, I'm going to say this with that defense situation. This is the problem that me and this gentleman have right now as we sit here today. Ole Miss run defense is ranked 120-something in the nation. So the problem will come in. I don't think Carson Beck will throw the ball 15 times in this game.
If that.
They're not going to let him.
He may need to, just saying.
He possibly
Remember, Ole
needs to.
Miss has been playing SEC defenses all year too.
That's a fact, but I'm just saying the way that Miami has played these last 2 games, they have ran the ball effectively and had situational passing where he wasn't throwing the ball around 25, 30 times. That's the whole key.
That's the
He
key.
cannot sit back there and just toss that pill around like we put him in that situation.
That's true.
Because we were showcasing a quarterback, as you see in these last 3 years, what has happened to the team in Athens. I'm not even finna go there.
He better
But
turn around and hand it to number 4. Turn around and hand it to number 4 because he
Yes, sir.
balling.
Let him work. Let him eat.
Let
Until
him
they
work.
stop it, let him eat.
let him work.
And like I
Yeah.
said, Kev, you weren't on. I said I don't think Ole Miss, even though you said you was right about them being pissed off, they probably got some abandonment issues. I don't think they'll play as pissed off and as locked in against Miami as they did Georgia. They wanted that game back. You know, it was SEC, whole lot of stuff. So I just feel like they were a little more locked in last week than they will be this week.
But to the other side of that coin, do you not think Carson Beck was wanting to play Georgia a lot more than Ole Miss and was going to give it a lot more effort in the game?
For sure.
Yes, yes, and no. And my no is pretty simple. He has no control over the offense. This is not the NFL where a quarterback can say, hey, run that slant, run that thing we like to run in practice. He still gets his plays called in and he got to hand the ball over and do what he's told. Now, this be NFL, you're damn right. I want to get back at him, but I think in his mind of minds, they're gonna beat them and we're gonna be playing Georgia. And I'm gonna come out on the winning side, yes, but I don't think that'll have any influence on this game. But
I just don't think he's going into it with the same intention to get back that he would be going in. And remember, at this point, you're the Final Four. The next game is the championship. So obviously, all of them are going to play for that at the end of the day. But extra motivation right now, I feel Ole Miss has the extra motivation to carry them through the playoffs.
Storyline wise,
yes, that's the motivation. We're going to prove everybody that we can go win a championship. Fuck Lane Kiffin.
pretty much.
Point blank.
But
yeah,
the crowd
Indiana,
was screaming it after the game. Crowd was screaming it after the game.
So as we move on, let's get to this Black Friday. Kev, you got notes?
I do not, but I can get them real quick. Man, start off here. Pete Carroll was fired after, 2 years?
1
year? Yeah, he signed for 3 years, did 1 year, and he was let go from the Raiders.
But speaking of Pete Carroll, nobody likes him. None of his former players rave about how great of a coach he was.
Well, you got to think, Skip. He lost his mystique in that Super Bowl.
Of course.
When they throw that ball down there.
Of course.
And everything went crazy, but we'll keep going. I'm going to get into something when we go to the playoff brackets. Go ahead.
He should have stayed in the Seahawks front office.
Yeah.
No. That's why I want to go there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then we'll leave it there. Let's see. Whatever. Oh, Jonathan Gannon.
The Browns got rid of Stefanski.
Browns got rid of Stefanski. Yes.
I didn't see that. That's not a surprise, though.
Stefanski got fired.
And he left
coach of the year, though. 2-time coach of the year. 2 times.
But now Stephen A. Smith, as much as I don't like him, he made a little soliloquy about Stefanski. Even though he's 2-time coach of the year, he's been there 6 years. He's went to 13 quarterbacks in those 6 years. You telling me he can't pick a quarterback?
That's been clear.
But damn the Dylan Brooks and Dylan guy and Shador. He's had Baker Mayfield. He's had what's the black guy name? He had Jameis. He had another Jacoby Brissett. These quarterbacks are not trash, but you still couldn't make it work with nobody. Deshaun Watson aside, he fell off after all this stuff. But 13 quarterbacks in 6 years, and you're the 2-time coach of the year, and you can't figure it out?
A lot of that
And-
has to do with injury, though. I mean, remember they had to bring Flacco in off the couch because literally their starting 3 got hurt.
No,
So
understandable.
that's
And-
4
and-
in one season.
2 years span, though, Kev. That was 2 years span.
And
Those
but you got to think, credit to him. He thought he was going to have Deshaun Watson.
True.
right. He did.
And they changed the offense that Deshaun Watson was running with the Texans. That ain't even the same type of philosophy. That's why we were trying to figure out why Deshaun Watson looked like trash.
Of course, he wanted to say I did it.
So
Because if you change the offense and the quarterback come in there and make you look good, yeah, I did that. But yeah. So we got the Falcons lost their coach, Seattle lost their coach. I mean,
No.
Cleveland lost their coach, and the Raiders lost their coach. And who else? There's one more.
the
And
Titans,
Dallas better lose.
the Titans they've been fired their coach. They're looking for a new coach.
Okay.
Who
And
else
Matt
we had?
Eberflus better be fired by the end of the week.
Somebody asked that question. Yola5 asked, "Do we think he's out next?"
Yeah, absolutely.
That's his defense coordinator.
Now, let me tell you the speculation
That's
that
Cleveland defensive coordinator.
No,
No,
that's
Dallas.
Dallas.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
But now all these idiots online are going, remember what happened last time the Falcons fired their head coach? Wanting us to go get Raheem Morris as our defensive coordinator.
Well,
But that's his specialty, right?
he's scheduled. Yes, he's scheduled to interview with the Tennessee Titans right now already. Stefanski is scheduled to interview with the Falcons, the Giants, and Tennessee. And I think it's one more. Arizona coach got fired today too.
Yeah.
Was the Cardinals.
Jonathan Gannon. Now, to answer your question simply, Yola5, he should have been fired at halftime of that game on Sunday. Jerry should have just said, you know what, go ahead and clock out for me, player. We'll get you a PJ back to Dallas and be done with it.
But Kev, one thing we see as armchair quarterbacks, and we all 4 of us like different teams. The one thing that we see with our teams is always the general manager, or in your case, the owner. Like in my case, John Lynch we've done superb with what we've had with all the injuries, the 49ers. So it ain't no credit to John Lynch. We just had players step up. But even with the Falcons and with the Eagles, we've had front office issues that's causing these teams to lose. Now, the players still got to play the game. But if we had, how like billionaires get these companies and they have a board or a committee or oversight committee,
Board of
that's running
Trustees.
If any of the teams had that or had something in place to say, hey, man, this guy ain't really doing his job. We just got super athletes out there making him look good, but everything else is failing in crunch time, especially in y'all case. Crunch time is costing you the last half of the game.
But this is the part where when you look at all the franchises, just think about what I'm going to say here.
Mm-hmm.
The franchises that are now successful, what is one thing they don't have in the front office? Family. All the teams that have family members in place in the front office have problems. His team is a model of that. Jerry Jones has all his kids in that front office doing something. Where some of the other teams have actual football personnel, people that know what they need to do on the team, and they let them do their job. This is the difference. And some of these franchises that we see for years, we have always wondered, since the time this man been on this earth, the Jets have been trash. Why is that?
Well, in the 80s, they weren't. Them and the Dolphins were back and forth. They were, yeah. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh, we lost him.
No, I'm here. I don't know what
Their
this
screen just went black.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well.
You got.
Well, you know how it is when you get family involved. The Dallas Cowboys is run like a reality TV show. What was the show? Empire, where they had the record label. That's what the Dallas Cowboys organization is. All of them, Jerry gave all of them time. I mean, you look at Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones ain't never played no damn football. If he did, it was Little League. So he's been a suit wearing, daddy's boy, yes man, since he was a kid. And that's what all the kids are because daddy's still paying the bills.
And I think in that case with Jerry, his kids in positions of power because one day he ain't gonna be here, and he want them to love the Cowboys and keep it in the family because you know how siblings do. The Ross, what's their name with the 49ers? One wanted to sell it, the other wanted to keep it, and she ain't no shit about football. You get what I'm saying? So I think he wants this $1 billion most expensive franchise to stay in the family. And what better way to make them love it than to give them a job, and incorporate it. They can say, you know what, I really like this. In Jerry's case, but I'm
gonna make a prediction, Skip. When Jerry passes, within 5 years, I really think it'll be the Saudis, but they'll sell the team. The kids will sell the team.
But why? It's not like they're not already filthy rich. This is one of those things that where you can successfully keep it in the family to it gets to a point to where none of your kids or grandkids, I don't want to deal with it. And it'll be an ungodly amount of money offered for them. But there's nothing for them to gain because they're already filthy rich.
It's not the gain. It'll probably be the burden. It'll be the weight dropped off of their shoulders.
Yeah.
But guess what will happen? Steven will say, I hear y'all. Let me go get me a general manager.
Hopefully. That'd be the best case. That'd be the best case scenario.
Will say that. But as long as his daddy is breathing, it won't happen. You get what I'm saying? So I think that'll happen before. I mean, eventually everybody's going to sell because money is money.
Right.
But I just don't see them doing it for money. It won't, in my opinion, it won't be because, it's worth $20 billion. Okay. It's worth $20 billion. We got $15 billion already. So what's another $20 billion that you ain't going to be able to spend no way? You know what I mean?
You're right. But hey, like I've told y'all in the past, Jerry is going to cryo freeze his body, and he's going to return in 20 years.
Cryo freeze
as the Dallas Messiah. That's what he's going to go. He's going to be the Messiah of Texas. I've told y'all this in the past.
Cryo freeze.
He's going to do the same thing Walt Disney did. If you didn't know that, you should look that up.
So
even more wrinkled up with that ice.
I want us to get to this foolishness. He's here, Kev. We need to hear from this man. He's cleaned the house. Rich McKay is gone. Raheem Morris is gone. And Fontenot is gone. What is the state of the team of Northside Drive by way of Flowery Branch, the red and black?
Well,
I would love to say shambles. Oh, is this? I'm sorry. Was this for Abe? My bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
shit.
I think everybody kind of, even with the last little couple of games, you beat the Rams, you beat Tampa, you beat.
Yeah, y'all 4-0 last game, right?
Last 4 games, won 4 straight. But it was the stuff that happened before that. You lost to the Jets. You lost to New England by 1. You were 4-4 in 1-score games. And to where you make a little decision here, you make one there, stuff is different. Now where I do think it all started was, and I wasn't I was a little more open-minded about it when it happened, but I think the whole Penix thing is what started the downfall because Kurt got hurt last year, right? He didn't tell us he was hurt. He continued to play. He probably had people on the staff in the front office that didn't trust him, to which led to the offseason came, we just going to go with Penix. We can't trust Kurt, instead of making an open competition, which Kurt would have won, and they run two clearly different offenses when Penix in the game versus when Kurt is in the game. And sad to say, the offense looked better with Kurt, but I don't think this was a surprise to nobody that we was gonna get rid of Raheem. The GM, I was kind of surprised on that because he has gotten some good pieces. You got Walker, you got Pierce this year, you got Bijan, you got London, you got Algier, you got a lot of good pieces that we just couldn't all put together because we didn't have the right cook cooking the groceries. We had the right person maybe buying the groceries, but not the right cook mixing everything up, putting the seasoning here, doing this, salt, pepper, this and that. And I don't think it all worked out how it should have. Now what with the news of us bringing in Stefanski, why you bringing in Stefanski? You don't got no GM. Who's supposed to hire your head coach?
GM.
So that's where I say everybody left except one more person who should have left, the owner, because he clearly has no idea on what he's doing. He don't.
I agree. I agree.
You
on
know,
that.
so you cannot. Same thing they did with Arthur Smith. You hire Arthur Smith, then you hire Fontenot. How do you do that? Smith won Fontenot's guy. Fontenot won Smith's guy. So you have to hire and do it in the pecking order. Get your VP, whatever you want to do. I know people down talking on that because they were saying Matt Ryan, and I don't agree either because he ain't never did that. He probably got a good football mind, got a degree in management from BC, but he still has never ran a franchise.
He got to start as quarterback coach or something first.
But being a quarterback, he has firsthand knowledge of how it works.
Agreed.
So it wouldn't be a bad hire because they said the same thing about John Elway.
The issue I would say, this is the thing on both sides of the ball. The Falcons roster and their record does not match. The Falcons are not an 8 and 9
on the offensive side of the ball.
I'm saying what I'm
No,
telling
they
you.
had one of the best defenses in the league at one point.
They got a defense.
Second in the league in sacks.
Yeah, that's what
Second
I'm
in the league in
saying. They
sacks.
have too much talent, Skip, on both sides of the ball to be an 8 and 9 team, and for the Carolina Panthers to win that division. That's the problem.
Lose to the Jets, beat the Rams. Lose to the Dolphins. Lose to the Dolphins, beat the Rams. You see what I'm saying? So
you have a 5-2. You have a 5-2 record on primetime games. That means Sunday and Monday night, you putting on your best effort, and when you wear some red helmets. I do not understand at all. And the incompetence of, I've never seen a coach stand on the sideline. I've said it here. And all we see him doing is with the headset on. We don't see him make no adjustments, no talking, no nothing. And I'm just feeling like this. Either they told him to get rid of some coordinators, he didn't agree to it, and they walked him out the door. Fontenot would have been on my hit list because he's had no winning seasons. He's been here 5 years. You pick Kyle Pitts before you pick Jamar Chase. That's one strike right there. Not only that, you turn around. Don't get me wrong. Y'all was fighting this past year to pick the Georgia boy before you got Pierce. Y'all was fighting because y'all didn't want to pick a Georgia player. This is the only franchise I know, because we're here, that listens to the outside noise of the fan base.
And that's why Raheem Morris got fired. Thank you. Penix. And I hate to say this, what I'm going to say, but had Penix not been black, they wouldn't have been clamoring for him to be put in the game.
When they drafted him, he's injury prone. That's all.
Exactly.
He's too injury prone. 3 of his 4 years in college, he was hurt.
Because he's going to get hurt.
So you have, in my opinion, Coach A, being this your team, the Falcons are in another 5-year situation problem.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a quarterback. It's a possibility you're going to use up your best player, Bijan Robinson's years, or either he's going to leave here.
I hope not.
Something has got to give. Your situation that you're gonna cut Kirk Cousins because you're not finna pay him $50 million. That's not finna happen. You gave up your first round picks. The Rams then pimped you out of that. So you got.
I ain't mad at that though, because I ain't mad. I got Pierce with that, and I got 10 and a half sacks off that. So I'm good.
I'll give you that. So now where you at, Abe? You need to go in free agency and get a cornerback. I'm gonna say that one.
For sure.
Your second round pick, you need to find you a deep threat receiver because you have nothing to take nothing over the top. After
don't forget about free agency.
That's what I'm saying.
We have some receivers out there that's going to be free agents that are going to test the market that they can go get if they spend some money.
But Skip, I'm gonna say in the Falcons case, you're gonna have to pay Drake. Don't go get no receiver out of free agency. Go get you a rookie. You just need him to stretch the field. You got somebody.
We're gonna exercise Drake's fifth-year option. Possibly franchise.
London, right?
Yeah, possibly franchise picks. I don't know if they're gonna do that or not. But I don't agree with just letting him walk and not getting nothing for him. So franchise at 15 million. I mean, for me, if Kirk money come out the books, stuff like that, unnecessary. Mooney money come out the books. That's 50 million right there. You see what I'm saying? You left in limbo with Algier because he gonna be a free agent. I don't know if you're gonna sign him back or not. And you're gonna have to pay Bijan 20 a year eventually.
No, he needs. And one of y'all just said they're gonna Barry Sanders Bijan if they don't hurry up and get somebody in there because they hand him the ball and he do what he gotta do, and that's that young body.
He touches the ball too much.
Somebody ain't gonna be able to do that.
Let me ask y'all a question. And Skip, you saw him the most. About Mac Jones.
Who?
Mac Jones.
I agree.
What did he do when Purdy was out?
Wherever he goes, because he ain't gonna stay. They're gonna throw some money at him. Wherever he goes, he's gonna take the starting position.
What about Mac Jones?
That is because he's shown I can play.
He has to have good or great offensive coordinator for him to be, because everywhere he done went, Kyle Shanahan, Josh McDaniels, wherever he went, he done had him on the sideline that know what they doing. So he can't go just to nowhere with no Ricky OC and think, no. You need to go somewhere where somebody who's established.
He can come to Atlanta. He got a mean running back that's a threat every time he touches the ball. He got a tight end that's open whenever he wants to be open. Pitts is that guy. You think about this. If Pitts said, I'm going to bust you in the mouth every game, you can't stop him. He's a man-child.
Yeah.
I said him. But he got to come out there with, you know what, I'm going to get 10 catches today. Hey, Cuba, you got me? Got you. I'm going to kill him. If he had that attitude every game that Ray Lewis, it's time for me to fight now, then he'd be talking about like Kelsey and the rest of the tight ends and Witten and all. But anyway, he could come here and look like an all-pro.
I agree.
That's possible. Yeah.
I would
got all the tools that he needs. And you ain't got I hate to say it like this, your offensive coordinator ain't top echelon, but with the weapons he's coming into, he got
the problem. The problem is, Abe, right now, they interviewing the offensive coordinator in Seattle. They're gonna talk to Flores. I'm gonna be personal. I think they need to get Flores, to tell you the truth. I would have got Flores.
That's Clint Kubiak.
They get Kubiak. They supposed to talk to Flores. I don't know why they talk. There's another coordinator down here in Miami they want to talk to. I don't understand that. I'm not getting nobody on no team.
Miami, they better not do that.
I don't understand it. And you talking Stefanski for what?
No.
For what?
The
problem you're gonna have.
I don't see it.
The only thing the problem is gonna have is somebody coming here, like you say, they need to get the GM in place first. a coach coming in and he looking at, okay, what we doing at this quarterback position? Because I got to find my guy. And if this guy is hurt,
Lock on him, D. He
Huh?
can't. He can't. He can't
What?
find a quarterback. In 6 years, he ain't found one.
no, what I'm saying is the new person that's coming in.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Stefanski. My bad.
No, I'm not talking about him. I'm saying if I'm interviewing for a job and you're
Oh.
looking at the Falcons roster, what is the main issue since Matt Ryan left?
Quarterback. Remember, I was preaching that years ago. If y'all get rid of Matt, who y'all gonna get? Oh, wait. Okay.
So, and again, the Falcons are in a situation, i.e., Miami Dolphins, who have still been looking for who, Skip? Dan Marino.
They will never get that no more.
No, that's cool.
That's the only franchise I know that's still been looking for a quarterback. They ain't found one yet. Period.
Well, Tua was looking all pro until he got busted in the head.
Again.
Whoa.
Concussions are different. That's different.
Again.
So he had everything he needed, and he was playing all pro type quarterback football.
So I wanted us to go to our playoff brackets. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get into this game last night. The Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have the Ravens brass and fan base calling for Harbaugh or Lamar to be gone, which is crazy. They was one of our, I can't remember who did it, picked the Ravens to be in the Super Bowl. It was one of our picks because of the roster that they have assembled. Barring injury, you see that how valuable Lamar Jackson is to that team, and for them to cough up and lose that game on a wide right kick. You have Mike Tomlin again getting into the
Mike Tomlin just
playoffs.
bought himself 20 years.
Huh?
Mike Tomlin just bought himself another 20 years.
I'm saying Mike Tomlin is the only coach that got 9 lives right in front of him. He wins 8-9 games and he's in the playoffs and he wins the division. So
Mike Tomlin also is one of those guys that will always have a head coaching job.
I tell you what, I know they don't have it, but if I was the Falcons, I would trade for him.
What?
Trade for Mike Tomlin.
How?
He ain't leaving.
Like just how
No, I'm
Saints
saying
did
if
with
I were,
that's how Saints did with Sean Payton. They traded.
yeah, and how Chucky got to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I would trade and get him.
I like that.
But he could come here because he's coming now. He's losing the Hall of Fame quarterback because he ain't been the best, but he ain't been the worst in Pittsburgh. But coming here, quarterback situation, like you said, no quarterback situation, no GM, and you got that beast back there in the backfield. What is he to do? I'm quite sure the quarterbacks will come out the woodworks to play here with him. But, Mike Tomlin has a certain style of quarterback that he likes, too. He ain't had no damn flamethrowers out there either. He had a immobile quarterback at Ben Roethlisberger. He had didn't he play with Hines? Not Hines. Hines Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who was the quarterback before Ben?
Right before Ben, don't even.
I can't even tell you.
Well, yeah, but
I didn't
none
know
of his
there were teams before Roethlisberger.
been mobile
Kyle drafted Ben anyway. But
Right.
on the other end, D, what you were saying about Harbaugh and Lamar, who they gonna get if they get rid of them two? You feel what I'm saying? Now what I will say is, if Baltimore get rid of Lamar,
they go back in the cellar.
So, but the thing that this is reported today.
Now, Abe, here's what I was gonna say to you.
both of them right now, you could bring Harbaugh and Bruh. Come on down.
Hang on. Your team, both of your teams could benefit from that. Go back to Georgia. Go back to college. The fans, everybody is fed up with Mike Bobo.
Everybody.
Who would need a new job if Lamar and the head coach leave Baltimore? Todd Monken.
Monken.
Come on back to Georgia. I guarantee if Todd Monken came back, you'd win the next 3 national
For
championships.
sure, because Bobo is
We're not talking about that.
Bobo.
I sent my
is-
boss a text this morning. I said, "Hey, they just extended Bobo for another 3 years, and he
We're not
wow,
talking
awesome."
about that. Don't talk about that.
But that is just like I used to always say to the Falcon fans: fire Matt Ryan, get rid of Matt Ryan. We don't care who we get. And I used to always say, if you get rid of him, who you gonna get? If Lamar or Harbaugh leaves the Baltimore Ravens, they go back to being the Baltimore Colts.
Mhm.
I tell you this. Harbaugh will leave before Lamar.
Shit.
Did you see the press conference last night?
Now I seen
Lamar
where
eighth
the
year?
mama, his mother, made the statement that she wants him to come to Miami.
He better not go down there. That's the black hole football right now. He better not go to Miami unless they drop back up the brakes truck.
He has
No.
no more guaranteed money on his contract. That might be an issue. And it kills me how these players get to the end of their contracts or whatever, and all this stuff starts coming out. This man's a 2-time MVP. Now all of a sudden you don't like how he prepares. You gonna say he ain't tough enough. He's all these things. Look what happened when he didn't play.
But you know, one of the crazy things in the NFL, when a player is disgruntled and they go to the media and go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. You good.
I gotta take this. I'm sorry. No,
Okay.
go ahead.
It's like a dirty breakup.
Yeah, man.
It's like when you break up with a chick, you know.
You kind of you now I will slightly agree that Baltimore's window is kind of closing. And all year their defense been, you know, you
I think
can
it just shut.
yeah. And they got great players on defense, but just as a collective, they not the Baltimore. Oh, you don't teams used to go out there on that field even after Ray left, scared of that defense. You feel what I'm
That's
saying?
bad.
But like now, it's like, oh, we finna put some points up on their ass. They ain't what they was. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that's the part where Baltimore need to get back to. Because as we can see, Lamar been there all these years. They ain't drafted no number one receiver for him. They get Flowers. They put Bateman in there. They get old ass D Hop, old ass Odell. Like, so are they really setting Lamar up to be as successful as he can? And he don't want MVPs, this, that. But his number one receiver is Mark Andrews, a tight end that been in the league for however many years. You feel what I'm saying? So I just don't feel like that you know that marriage is working out anymore. And now I don't know how they make a move to get rid of him or who they get, but that's a them problem. But you know, but just that game last night, man. If they don't have Lamar in there, they're not even close. He don't make Tyler Huntley don't make that game time drive to to go down there and tie the game. You know what I'm saying? So
This is where fans are the definition of fanatic. He ain't winning, get rid of it. And you're not thinking football. You know, get rid of the 2-time MVP, the only MVP in Baltimore Ravens history. Matter of fact, the Colts. Well, no, anyway.
Johnny.
He has, 2 more years on this contract?
Who?
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, but there ain't no guaranteed money.
Right. But that's smart to get your guarantees out of the way. Get that money up front. Get it and be gone. Nobody's going to get a Deshaun Watson contract. But what I was about to say was with everybody's kowtowing to the fans. Stop listening to the fans when it comes to personnel that you know as a GM or as a coach you need. The Baltimore Ravens will not win without Lamar Jackson. Every game he's come in, pretty much since he's come back, they've been winning. It's the reason that they're winning and being who they are and have the identity they have. And the fans are, well, he ain't winning now, so get rid of him. That is the stupidest thing that somebody can go with. And we got to keep the media. Well, we can't calm them down, but we got to stop listening to everything they say because I don't like Jalen Hurts. But to say that Phillip Rivers is great as Jalen Hurts, Bryce Paz, I don't know who you are, but you sick. Now maybe prime Phillip Rivers might have been, but
And
no.
he didn't win nothing.
You are correct. But we have
So
a lot.
Lamar signed a 5-year, $260 million contract in May of 23. So he is an unrestricted free agent in 2028.
So, and how much did he get up front? All of it?
He got
He got a signing bonus of 72.5. It's 185 guaranteed. So his average salary been 52 million these past couple of years.
So you got arguably the best roster in football for what you have and what you have drafted. But I agree with what Coach Abe said. Ain't nobody scared of that defense no more. They're not getting pressure on the quarterback like they used to. I think they don't even have a guy with 5 or 6 sacks over there on that defense. And it shows. I'm wondering why the defense coordinator have we in the last 3 years we've seen that Lamar done put 28, 30 points up on the board, and that defense give up 34, 40.
That's lost in the game. I said it last year. That was the reason they lost last year. It was the defense. The offense was off the charts.
So for anybody to sit and say you want your franchise quarterback, a 2-time MVP, off the roster, you got to be a fool.
And who you gonna get?
And see, that's what the think about. What's out there? You know, the Falcon fans, when Matt Ryan was having his ups and downs, get rid of him. Quarterbacks are not always the answer, and they're not always the problem, even though their problems are magnified because they're the quarterback. It's not just them. Now, if they're throwing in the substance, it's just the quarterback. But from the ball, taking sacks, that's the offensive line. That's play calling. You get what I'm saying? So, as all of us have played football, as football players, not at that level, of course, but as football players, we understand what it takes to win a football game, and a lot of the fans don't. They think marquee quarterback, one big receiver, one big running back, that's all you need. And that's been proven over and over that you need a lot more than that. So,
well, I'm gonna say, go ahead, Kevin.
Hey, make it do your last point on this. Let's go to the playoffs.
Yeah. The brackets. The brackets. Give me Philly, the Rams, the Bears on that side. On the other side, give me Buffalo, Houston.
You got Houston winning on the road?
Yeah, Pitt ain't gonna score no point. I feel like
Texans
defense.
They're going to the Texans.
No, they're not. They're going to Philadelphia.
Oh, it's got them stacked by ranking. I'm on ESPN. It's got them stacked by like the number.
They won the division. So give me Houston, give me Buffalo, give me New England.
Oh, I'm against you all the way down to man. Jacksonville is on fire right now, and Buffalo is playing like straight doo-doo.
I like Josh Allen going in now.
Okay, well,
all right. We'll just run straight down the AFC real quick.
All right.
Broncos obviously got to buy as the number 1 seed. Steelers and Texans. I'm taking as much as I want the Steelers because I've told y'all I like Mike Tomlin, and we all do. We've all agreed.
Yeah, for sure.
The Texans are the hottest team in the NFL right now. They have won 9 straight games.
And their defense is salacious.
Yes.
And they favor about 3 in Pittsburgh.
I'm taking them. Aaron Rodgers is not going to move around. They'll get DK back, but no.
Will Anderson and the gang, boy, they on his ass, boy.
No, they are ruthless.
I'm finna pull a Kev. I like Pittsburgh.
But let me tell you, Aaron Rodgers proved it last night. He is not about to take no hit. When you saw him take off, and he acted in the fourth quarter, he acted like he was going. He thought about going to get that first down when they were on like 3rd and 6. And he gets right up there and just pulls up and was like, nah, because he saw that linebacker coming. Aaron Rodgers showed me last night. I'm too old. I ain't finna get hurt for this. I will come in here, do what I can do, but I'm not going to exert myself.
Houston's pass rush is a million times better than Baltimore. So I just see them getting back there, flustering him out a little bit more.
In
And
that left hand.
Okay, like I said, I want Pittsburgh. I like what the Patriots have done, but I just don't see a Belichick type game. I'm gonna take the Chargers. I like Jacksonville Jaguars over the Bills.
I'm going.
You like the
I'm
Chargers
going
going
with
in there like to
Jacksonville.
do that?
Yep.
Okay.
The
I'm
Jags
taking
over the Bills. Ugh.
I'm gonna ride with you with that one, Skip. I got a strange feeling Jacksonville is gonna beat the Bills. I think that out of our matchups, that'll be one of the closest games over there.
Hey, what's your pick on that one? I
He
forgot.
I'm going Buffalo for sure.
going Buffalo.
I'm with you. I'm standing on that.
All right,
Yep,
so we
yep.
got
Patriots wipe the floor with the Chargers.
Okay.
Patriots win by 3 touchdowns.
You think so?
They only take about 3.5.
Might I add, even though I took New England, Jim Harbaugh, one of the top 3 coaches in the NFL right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Hey man, Vrabel got them playing outstanding ball. We did not think New England was gonna turn this around and like that they have. I'm taking New England to beat the Chargers.
Absolutely. 100% going with that. All right, over to the NFC. The Seahawks, number 1, got the bye. Panthers, Rams, winner of that game goes, it doesn't matter. Panthers, Rams. I'm taking the Rams, no brainer.
Carolina
Now,
did beat them in the regular
They
season.
beat them in
did beat them.
Carolina.
But
And
I
that's
do
why
still
I'm
like the
taking-
Rams.
That's why I'm taking the Rams.
Agreed.
Just as a
Okay.
get back.
I'm taking Rams.
Who you taking, Nate?
Rams.
I'm like Kev. I'm taking the Panthers.
All right. I'm going to skip this one for now. Bears and Packers. Give me the Bears, man. As much as we have talked, as much as I have talked shit about Caleb Williams, the Bears are balling.
I'm going.
He's balling. Caleb Williams is balling.
I think they're a fraud. I'm going with Green Bay.
Ooh.
Now
Okay.
I know I said Chicago, and I don't think they're frauds at all. But it wouldn't surprise me if Green Bay won this game. Division opponent, I think they split this year, even with all the injuries. Now, and because I only picked Chicago because no Parsons on Green Bay's defense, and Chicago get a little pass happy. So if Green Bay can't generate nothing, Caleb balling. You feel
That's
what I'm
the
saying?
problem.
Watch
That's
this.
the
Hang on,
reason why
Skip.
I picked them.
Before you get that out, I got to say, remember who the Packers just signed.
Exactly. That's why Caleb go throw the ball down the field.
Sir,
And remember who Caleb burned
My mouth.
in the first part of the season
Oh,
for
geez.
400 yards.
Shut out my mouth. They put Trayvon back there. They go right at his ass.
Trayvon Diggs' first play this past Sunday. It was the first play of the game. He fell down and it went for 20 yards.
That's why I'm picking the Bears. You try him out there, you want to. You cooked.
Well, you read my mind, Kev. You knew what I was going to say.
Because I've been looking at it too. I've been saying the same thing. Well, Caleb Williams already dusted this dude this season. He's about to do it again.
So all us go over the Bears.
I'm taking Green Bay.
You're taking Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
All right. And for the in-house rivalry, surprised we see it in the first round, the Eagles and the 49ers. We already know who Skip and D are picking. Abe, who you got?
He already said Philly.
I don't think San Fran can go there and win a game. I love the run game from San Fran, but just like who does San Fran just play last week?
Seattle.
Just like Seattle, Philly has that D line that'll get after it. If their offense can't score that many points, their defense got enough to get after it with Davis and Jordan
Sure.
Boy.
Track hole.
Yep. So I think that the 49ers are a little too not soft, but a little too finesse to go up there and win that game in that brick cold like this.
Score's going to be 20-3 Philadelphia at halftime. Final score of the game is going to be 23-24 San Francisco 49ers. Because
Speaking like a
as
Cowboy
a
fan,
team-
that's a Cowboy fan talking. Don't listen to him, D.
Huh?
You think Philly's defense is that bad?
I don't think Philly's defense is that bad. It's just the same thing I have been saying all weekend. Philly's has a hell of a first half. And then as we saw, Jalen Hurts is the only quarterback in history to have 2 games where he didn't complete a pass in the second half in the same season.
If the running game was on, I can see why.
They weren't. The running game wasn't on. They didn't score any more points the rest of the halves. That's what I'm saying. They've been shut out in a lot of second halves. And I'm not just saying the Dallas and Philly game that we saw a couple of months ago. It's happened a couple of times throughout the season since the beginning.
Yeah. But now, did they win those 2 games?
They lost the Dallas game. They won one of the game. One of those 2 games, he didn't complete a second half pass.
Right. So I think that's one of those stats that you can use to discredit him, if you don't like him or whatever. I'm not going to say that. We're going to beat them, in my opinion. But I don't think we're going to shut them out second half and then score 21 points on their defense. You know what I'm saying? So
It's happened multiple times this season, Skip. That's what I'm going off of.
Yeah, but we have too many injuries and lack of depth at the key positions to say let's go 21 in the second half. Now, if we had all our boys on defense, I think we shut their ass out.
You get Fred back this game?
I think so.
Who?
I think so. Fred Warner.
That matters.
What?
Yeah, I think he's coming back.
He just broke his ankle.
I said I think, and he's always been on the possibility. But my thing is this: I think the game is going to be 10-7, 17-10, maybe 21-17, and I think we're going to beat them. But I don't see no big gaps because whoever gets a big gap, they're going to get blown out. If we get up on them, we're going to blow them out. If they get up on us, they're going to blow us out. That's what I see. We don't have the type of defense to where we can give up an 18-point lead and then come back and win the game. You get what I'm saying? And I just don't think – and Philadelphia's defense are not playing otherworldly football, in my opinion, either. So I just can't see them
Philly has
doing
the second best defense in football.
Okay.
Number 1 is Seattle, in my opinion.
The record is
11-5, I think. 11-6.
Yeah, 11-6.
Yeah.
And
Either way, my prediction for the Super Bowl. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
And we're 12-5 with the worst defense.
No, Dallas has the worst defense.
Well, it's in Philly, what I'm saying, man.
Oh, okay. Okay. No. That'd be my team at the bottom. But either way, 2 things in this. I believe the Super Bowl this year will be the 2 number 1 seeds. I'm going to call it now. The Broncos and the Seahawks. I truly, and there's a weird thing with the Seahawks. I don't know if y'all have seen this. The last 3 times we've gotten a new pope, the Seahawks won the Super Bowl.
They
That ain't but one time.
They ain't won but 2 Super Bowls. What are you?
We just got. I'm sorry, both times. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It was the last 2.
You mean they went?
You
mean they went?
No, they won. They won the Super Bowl those years.
That was only one.
Okay,
they won one, and they lost
I
one,
saw
and
on
they
Facebook earlier. When the new pope has come in, the Seahawks have been there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now with that, Kel, I need to see more from Sam Darnold. He did the same thing last year. Had Minnesota with 13 wins. You went into the playoffs. So I ain't saying I need to see more from Seattle, from the running back, from Mike McDonald, head coach, whoever. I just need to see one good game, playoff game from Sam Darnold. That's what I need to see.
I'm looking at it like this, Abe. If it goes how we're calling it, the Bears offensively, because Seattle's defense, I'm telling you right now, my boy Nicky Manwari, defensive rookie of the year, hands down. Seattle's defense is top tier. They are legit. They are mean. They're scary.
They are legit.
The only other team in the NFC that they would have to go against that I believe has an offensive firepower that could match it, Chicago. Panthers, I don't see them keeping up. Hate to say it, D, but the Eagles, I don't see them keeping up. 49ers, I don't see them keeping up. The Packers, I don't see them keeping up. Yeah, you could say the Rams.
Good. Because they know how to run and throw.
Matt Stafford could get it.
I'm saying this.
The Rams will run and throw.
They go as Sam Darnold turns the ball over, their ass is in trouble.
Yeah.
And he's known to do that.
He had Minnesota at the 1 seed last year, I believe. And
You did.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this, Kev, since that's your prediction, my prediction out of the NFC is the winner of the Eagles 49ers game in the Super Bowl. Because if the Packers upset the Bears, then it's free sailing, in my opinion. Well, either one of those two teams. Now,
if the Eagles win, they would go play the Seahawks in Seattle.
That's
If the Packers upset the Bears, the Packers are 7, so 2 would be out. Next highest would go play.
No, the lower
number 1,
seed,
right?
That's
lowest. I'm tripping. So that would put the Packers going to play.
Yeah,
so then it would essentially be one of those two against the Seahawks in the NFC.
Yeah, the lower seed will go.
But
the Packers would go play them, and the Eagles would go play the Rams. Rams Panthers.
But I said, I see whoever wins out of my team and D's team is going to go to the Super Bowl. I just don't see Seattle having the structure to stay consistent in the playoffs because, as we all know, the playoffs is a whole nother season.
Different ball game.
A whole nother type of football, and that's what it is.
Wrap it up, D.
Okay.
I must say this about Seattle. They got rid of Pete Carroll out their front office, and you see what they have done. They went drafting. They traded Russell Wilson. You see they turned them draft picks into that young defense they got over there, and they are balling. They got rid of DK and Lockett. Look at it, Jigme now. We was wondering, okay, is he going to be a bust or what? Jigme is a top-tier wide receiver in the NFL, and you can't do nothing with him. He runs route, go across middle, go deep. He can run the whole route tree. They got 2 good running backs. And honestly, the only team I'm scared of is the Rams.
You've been saying that all season.
Because the Rams got firepower. Devontae Adams and Puka.
The way they beat them, though, the Rams are going to come for some get back. They beat them on a blocked field goal.
That's
at the end of the game. The Rams would have get back.
Even last year in the playoffs, even though it was snowing up in Philly, the Rams still played them too.
That's why I say what I say. I have no problem with nobody else but Sean McVay and the Rams.
Okay.
Well, we will have the answer to these questions in a few short weeks. I'm going to wait until next week.
The one out of Buffalo, Jacksonville in the AFC is going to the Super Bowl.
Ooh, really?
The Jacksonville Jaguars are 13-4, lest y'all forget.
I think they started the season like 2-4.
They got injuries like everybody else, but they are still 13-4.
And they went to
The
Denver.
winner of that game is going to the Super Bowl.
They went to Denver and beat Denver. So you're right.
No problem.
I don't know.
That's just me saying it now. So when it comes that time, I want to say, well, you know what? You did. You guessed. Okay. But okay.
I think the betting market wants Josh Allen and the Bills there.
They do.
I think, and that's what's controlling a lot now. I think that's who they want in the Super Bowl because it's going to be money. And, then we got the storyline again. The Bills have never won a Super Bowl.
and he's from out there.
Mm-hmm.
He still got to get past Jacksonville. I don't care what nobody say. That boy Trevor Lawrence is playing lights out football.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will talk about UFC next week because we still got a few weeks until the big pay-per-view. But I think that pretty much sums it up here.
It's breaking news. The Hawks and Trae Young are on the way of parting ways. He submitted his paperwork to his people to talk to the Hawks about finding the trade. So the Trae Young marriage with the Hawks is about over with.
Terrible.
And another 20 years of disappointment in Atlanta sports.
They could have
coming your way.
It's crazy. It's amazing how a city like Atlanta can have all of this fanfare and can't keep nobody. The baseball team keeping players though. I got to give them that. We just haven't.
Oh, they don't want to keep that player. They just let them go. Freddie done left and won two rings.
But at the time, Freddie wasn't the catalyst. I mean, yes, he was. Let me rephrase that.
Don't you say that.
They got the player that they got for him was better at the time.
I'm
they
not
traded
gonna say that.
Now. Right, Abe?
No.
Man.
Atlanta has a terrible habit of demonizing someone, the athletes, as soon as things don't go how they expect.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the teams, I'm saying the fans here in Atlanta have a way of demonizing and ostracizing professional athletes when they're not performing to the standard that they think that they should. I wouldn't want to come play here either.
Watch this, Skip. Freddie Freeman, as of right now, he'll be remembered as a Dodger more than he'll be remembered as a Brave.
Yes.
We're the only ones that are going to remember him as a Brave.
He caught on fire. I'm not saying he didn't. He was hitting balls. He was coming through in the clutch, walk-offs and everything. He had started to fall down the hill here. So he had trade value, and they didn't get no scrub in return for him. That guy was an all-star too.
He was free agent, but he's free agent. They were free agents.
It's almost 10 o'clock, fellas.
Yeah, I got to go.
We can hit the baseball another time. All right. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. I believe we will be back next week. Same time, same place. So until then, please keep the beer cold and the wings lemon pepper, baby. We are out. Oh, shit. Still remember how to do this?
Yeah, I believe you got to hit. Does Kev have it?